They wanted to shape you, to mold you into their idea of who you should be. But when you didn't comply, they unleashed their own demons on you. What they didn't realize is, monsters don't bow, they rise. They pushed you, harder than anyone else. They tested your patience, mocked your pain. They thought breaking you was the goal. And for a moment, it almost worked. Almost. But what happens when someone has nothing left to lose? When you've been backed into a corner, beaten, bruised, and made to believe you're powerless? Something shifts. A fire ignites, burning away the weakness they assumed you carried. What they thought was the end of you was only the beginning. Did they really think you'd stay down forever? Do they not understand that resilience isn't taught? It's forged. Who gave them the authority to decide your fate? And why did they assume the monster they created wouldn't fight back? Here's the thing about monsters. They don't play by the rules. They don't ask for permission, and they certainly don't wait for approval. When they thought they were destroying you, they were feeding your evolution. Every insult, every obstacle, every betrayal, it all became the fuel for your transformation. Now, every scar is your armor. Every failure is your foundation. You didn't just survive their attempts to tear you down. You thrived. You turned their weapons into tools, their traps into lessons, and their doubts into firepower. They wanted control, but instead, they set you free. Free from the chains of expectations. Free from the need to prove yourself. Free to become the unstoppable force they never saw coming. You're not who you were. You're more. More powerful. More focused. More dangerous. Every step you take now sends ripples through their plans. Every move you make reminds them that you're no longer under their control. And now, they're afraid. Not because of what you did, but because of who you've become. You've become their worst fear, a force they can neither predict nor contain. You don't just live, you dominate. And your silence, your calmness, speaks louder than any words ever could. They thought they knew you, but they never truly saw you. They underestimated the depth of your strength, the reach of your vision, and the resolve within your heart. They wanted a puppet, but they got a storm instead. So the question is, what will you do with this power? Will you let them see the full force of what they've created? Or will you quietly dominate, letting your success be the loudest roar? You hold all the cards now, the power to rewrite the script, to redefine the story, and to reshape the future. Their opinions, their judgments, their expectations, they're irrelevant now. What matters is how you choose to wield the strength they unintentionally gave you. Remember this, they wanted a monster, but you became their nightmare. Not because you were born one, but because they forged one. Now, the story is yours to write. Let it be one they'll never forget. The world will know your name, not for what they tried to do to you, but for how you rose despite it all.